Hello, hello, friends. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day today. It is time for a research video. And if you know me or you follow me at all for any period of time, you know that I absolutely love vintage linens. They are one of my favorite things to find. They're one of my favorite things to sell, even though some of them take a really long time. So I have never done a research video only on handkerchiefs, not scarves, just hankies, little, 12 inches, most of them. These hankies that I'm going to show you today, there are 20 of them that sold for over $100, which is absolutely incredible. The majority of places that I go, the handkerchiefs are like 25, 50 cents, at most $1. Unless you're going to somebody that specializes in linens, you should be able to find handkerchiefs fairly cheap. They're super easy to photograph and list, and they are absolutely incredible to ship. So if you don't have a ton of room, hankies might be something that's good. Not the bigger linens, but hankies. And I'm going to show you these that sold for high dollar. They are rare ones, but I would like you to pay attention to them. And I will tell you the majority of mine sell for around $12 to $15. And I also find a good percent that will sell for $15 to $25. Finding ones that sell for over $25 doesn't happen very often, but as you're getting ready to see, there are ones out there that are worth over $100. First up, and it looks like they marked it 75% off. I don't know if that's their marketing technique or if they had just had this one a long time. This is an antique U.S. Navy handkerchief, Sailor Ship Naval Review 1912 Atlantic Battleship. $97.50 for a single hanky. Now, here you can see the Naval Review, New York, October 1912. Here, the copyright is 1910. And really, really neat piece and an amazing sale at $97.50. Next up, this one is pretty cool. It's a vintage skeleton rock and roll band, bandana, or handkerchief. Watch for bandanas, too, especially those made in the USA. Some of them can be overly valuable as well. So this one sold for $99.50. I don't see they put a brand. Here you can see, no, it just says crafted in America with pride, 50% cotton, 50% poly, and skeletons rocking out, guys. You can see it even has holes in the corner. It looked like somebody probably pinned this up on a wall, would be my guess. But even with all of those flaws, this one still sold for right at $100. Purple Rain Tour 80s. This one's another bandana, sold for $99. And here you can see this was an original. And again, watch for those bandanas as well. Watch for ones that are concert and band related. I think we have a couple more coming up that I'm going to show you. I was not familiar with this brand. If you are, let me know. It is a Creed pocket square handkerchief, 18 inches. It sold for $102. I have never heard of Creed, so that is not something that I was familiar with. And this one is just a logo handkerchief, and it sold for over $100. Next up, this is a Vivienne Westwood, and I actually have found Vivienne Westwood handkerchiefs, so I know they are out there, and the exact print that it is definitely matters. This one says it's very rare. It's a painting bunny. I think I would have had to get Valentine's in there instead of very rare. $110 sale. So this one is in gorgeous condition and an amazing, amazing sale at $110. If you follow baseball like I do, you would know the Dodgers just won the World Series. So this one was an auction. It was started at only $20 and it went all the way to $103.49. So this is a set of two Brooklyn Dodgers, which the LA Dodgers are who won the series, but still, I think that probably helped them a little bit. $103 for two hankies, absolutely incredible. And I think with the Dodgers having just won the World Series, auction on some rare hankies like this was a great idea. Next up is a Willie Nelson gray bandana, Frank Brothers, Austin, Texas handkerchief. It does say Whiskey River, $129 for this. I would have definitely grabbed this, but I wouldn't have known that it had the value that it did. So you can see the Frank Brothers 1977 Austin. There is the back in excellent condition and a really, really good sale at $129. And how could we have a high dollar video without a Ralph Lauren in it, right? This is a new Ralph Lauren purple label. Remember the purple labels, my friend. They are worth more money. This is a silk pocket square pochette or handkerchief, $130. Pretty plain with some lines. There's your Ralph Lauren signature. They do say that this one is new. It is showing the tags, or they are showing the tags there. And you see that purple label, made in Italy, 100% silk, and an excellent sale at $130. We saw Prince earlier. Now we are seeing Cher. This is Heart of Stone Tour 1989, another bandana / handkerchief. This one sold for $150. And here you can see Heart of Stone and a little bit of wear on the edges. This one's pretty worn down there from somebody tying it, would be my guess. It's like on their head bandana. But this one's still sold for $150. So again, watch out for those bands and singers. Next up, this one really isn't a handkerchief, but I wanted to put it up here because it's a Ferrari towel. And it could be used as like a shop mechanic handkerchief type of thing. So sold for $155. Watch for stuff with Ferrari on it. I've sold Ferrari empty gift bags before. There is the back and an amazing sale on a small towel. It only got one bid, so it sold for that $195. Always start your auction at the lowest you're willing to take. This is a rare antique vintage Cunard RMS Aquitania silk handkerchief souvenir, and Aquitania was a ship, so $195. So that's a couple of ships we've seen. The other was a naval, but definitely watch for ships as well. This one has some discoloring that I see, and it does say here some small breaks in discoloration from age, so that was noted, and it still sold for $195. I love, love, love the hankies that are not square. This one's really cool. It's a round one with the scalloped edge. And this one sold for a best offer on $199. It is an antique 1904 St. Louis World's Fair Grant's Log Cabin souvenir handkerchief. So here you can see it up close, the Grant's Cabin, built by him in 1854. And it does say that it is a souvenir. Super cute. A few discolorations are to be expected. So don't let that shy you away from handkerchiefs. I've sold so many that have flaws, discolorations. They have had rips. If it is a rare one that is desired, it will still sell. Let's go back a little further than Cher and Prince to Elvis. This is an Elvis Presley Enterprise original handkerchief from 1956. There is only one picture and it sold for $200. I see it has names of his songs around the edges and looks to be in pretty decent condition to be from 1956. One picture, $200 sale. This one is the only one I am going to show you that is not a single handkerchief. And I wanted to show you because you can source handkerchiefs on eBay. You can source them on online estate auctions. You can source them all kinds of places. So this seller sold 212 handkerchiefs for $250, just a little over $1 a piece. And if you could turn $1 into $12, $15, $20, then, you know, you should do it. So these are very, very nice. There are quite a few plain. So those tend to sell lower. I would look at that. But I just wanted to show this to those of you who have a hard time sourcing, whether it's mobility issues or because of where you live, there's not a lot of sourcing or it's expensive. Check eBay, check online auctions, guys. There are other ways to source besides simply going to thrift stores. And this would have been a great lot for resale. We are jumping up a little bit here. This is an original vintage RMS Mauritania Cunard Ocean Liner souvenir. And it was an auction, only one bid, sold for $265. So watch for those ships. Here you can see the Northumberland Avenue, London, the Great Pyramid, Mauritania, 1907. And a little bit of discoloration on this one, and it's still sold for $265. How neat is this one? This is a vintage 1930s Lee Union made advertising bandana or handkerchief, $300. How crazy. You can see the Kansas City, Missouri, South Bend, Indiana. Here you can see the Union made and the patent. And this is 11 inches. And this one sold for $300. Pay attention to hankies and bandanas if you are not. Please. Another Elvis Presley 1956 handkerchief. This one sold for $300. We need to watch for Elvis hankies, my friends. Look at, you can see those perfect crease lines, which I love because it's been folded in somebody's drawer for 50 plus years, which is super cool. And this one also has songs along the edges. You can see Elvis Presley Enterprises copyrighted from 1956. And the other one sold for $300 with one picture. This one, at least they had pictures, and an amazing sale at $300. Next up, this one's pretty cool. You're probably not going to find one, but I wanted to show it to you. It's a vintage inmate lowrider Latina art on a handkerchief. It is one of a kind. They accepted best offer on $350. There were several of these listed, and this was original artwork that was put on to a handkerchief. They said the artwork was done in 91. So if you see anything that looks different, I would definitely pay attention. I would have had no clue at the value on this one. This is a vintage hanky going to the prom. There were two of them that sold this high, which is absolutely crazy. This one was an auction. It was a 7-day auction with 3 different bidders. It was started at $15 and went all the way to $404. So check this out. Absolutely amazing, amazing handkerchief and a great sale at $404. Our number one selling is the Civil War General Ulysses S. Grant, 18th president. It is original. This one was a 7-day auction. There were 3 different bidders. They started it at $500. So I'm going to assume that was the minimum they wanted. They got 3 times that. It went to $15.91. Check this one out. Guys, pay attention. This is our top selling. The whole bottom of this is frayed, and this thing still went for $1,591. So if you find rare handkerchiefs, they will sell. Okay, pay attention to handkerchiefs, pay attention to bandanas, especially those that are made in the USA. All right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I love vintage linens, and I wanted to show you how valuable they can be. I just sold a $70 tablecloth. You really can make money with them, and they're not breakable. That's the nice thing, and you can store them in totes and things like that. So I hope you learned a lot. Let me know what your favorite one was. I really do appreciate you watching, and I will see you on the next one.